Welcome everyone, welcome to Schemes in New series by Clarity for Sure courses. So today we are going to discuss about Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna. So through this scheme, the government of India is empowering the youth with different skills to promote for their brighter future. But before starting today's session, let's discuss the question I gave you in the previous session. The very first question was, when was Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojna was being launched? And the correct option is option number C. The next question is, in April 2022, the government introduced Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojna 2.0 under the Samarthya sub-scheme of Mission Shakti. Which of the following correctly explains the major policy change introduced in the Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojna 2.0? And your correct option is option number C. Coming to the third question, arrange the following Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojna milestones in the correct chronological order. And the correct option was option number D. The last question of assertion raising was, the assertion was Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojna 2.0 extends cash incentives to the second living child if that child is a girl. The reason was the scheme aims to promote positive attitude towards girls and improve the sex ratio at birth. And the correct option is option number A. Both the assertion and reason are correct, and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. Before jumping to today's session, I am giving the task for today. The very first question are, the Skill India program merged three major schemes. Which of the following correctly lists their primary target groups? The next question is, which initiative under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna 3.0 designed to integrate vocational education into the mainstream school-college system as envisaged under the National Education Policy 2020? So go through its options very thoroughly and then comment the answers. The third question is, the Pradhan Mantri Vishwakarma Yojna was launched in September 2023, which is very different from Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna. Primarily, you have to find out the reasons from the option and comment the answer. Last question is, under National Apprenticeship Program scheme, promotion scheme as of May 19, 2025, how many apprentices have been engaged in how many establishment? So go through all the four questions and their options very thoroughly and then comment your answers in the comment section. Moving forward with today's session. So, the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna have completed its 10 years since the date of its launch from 2015. In these 10 years, it has empowered over 6 crore Indians through different schemes under it since 2014. As of July 2025, 25 lakh candidates have been trained under the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna 4.0. And there are many courses which are being expanded through the need of time like AI, robotics and many more. And over 1.6 crore youth have been trained since 2015 under the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna. This was the current status of Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna. As in these 10 years, it has changed the India's demographic advantages. There are many changes, like, let's discuss this one by one. When we talk about India's demographic advantage, so the country has a larger population of youth which holds a huge number of population, and this Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna have helped them in their social progress and also the economic progress. Secondly, the need for skilling. Through this, the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna, the harnessing this demographic dividend requires the right skill, the right training and the right exposure. So this scheme, the government of India is giving them the right exposure to expel their talent. Now the focus area is the skilling area, the entrepreneurship skills, global workforce readiness and the promotional of traditional trades. Secondly, since 2014, over 6 crore Indians, over 6 crore beneficiaries have empowered under this Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship schemes. Then Skill India Mission, it is a core national program which is equipping and which is matching the youth with industry relevant skills, and it is bridging the gap between the skill and the youth. So it is bridging the gap of the skill gap, you can say. Now, I was talking about Skill India Mission in this scheme. So this Skill India Mission scheme has merged 3 different schemes, in which the very first scheme is Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna 4.0. Then Pradhan Mantri National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme. Then the third is Jan Shikshan Sansthan Scheme. It has merged these 3 schemes, and the objective behind merging these 3 schemes to initiate the skill development programs under an umbrella scheme for the better efficiency and impact in the youth. Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna, it is providing short-term skill training. Then the Jan Shikshan Sansthan is offering a vocational skill to the non-literates or new literates and the school dropouts. And the National Apprenticeship Program is promoting the apprenticeship by offering them a financial support for their stipends. Now, there are 3 types of training under the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna 4.0. The very first type is short-term training. In this, the National Skill Qualification Framework is aligned the course of 300 to 600 hours for longer if the industry demands. Then the second type is through recognition of prior learning. The candidates who are enrolled under this with relevant skills, the skills were being mentioned with the relevant skills, can get a certified assessment or enabling the industry recognized certification. And the third one is through special projects. There are some special projects which are based on short-term skill programs or initiatives, or they are basically targeting the marginalized groups or the difficult areas and the specialized for the betterment of the future. Now let's discuss the target group and what are the eligibility and geographical coverage in this scheme. So the target group, basic target group for short-term training are those fresh candidates who are looking for skill or reskill or upskill out of the education candidates. In special projects, the basic target, as I told you, is the marginalized group of people, and in recognition of prior learning, the target group is the candidates who are having prior learning or experience, or they are having some skills, or they are willing to get assessed and certified. These are the eligibility. There is a common eligibility criteria that Indian nationalists who are having with valid Aadhaar and the proofs are fulfilling the eligibility criteria with different age groups in these 3. So these are the target and the age group under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna. How Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna is empowering the youth? As I told you that this scheme is basically made to empower the youth with different skills for their brighter future. The very first, that it is focusing on the new age skill industry like Web 3.0, climate change, circular economical change and the green economy, etc. to upgrade their skills. Secondly, a greater reliance on job training is being provided to them. The emphasis on reskilling and the upskilling under the recognition of prior learning program is being generated. The flexibility in course curriculums by introducing their courses in partnership with the industry so that they can get the stipend and financial support also. And it is cross utilization utilizing available infrastructure with the educational institutions that are institutes of national importance, schools, colleges, different state and central government universities, and it is providing them training aligned to the national priorities and policy announcement, which basically focus on clusters in sectors like semiconductor, 5G, AI, green hydrogen, economical changes, etc. Now, what is the current status of Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna? Let's see an overview of the current status. So, 1,09,086 and 16 have been 1,986 and 16 have been enrolled till date. These are the trained peoples, and this data is showing the assessed and the certified trainers under the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna. This is for Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna 1.0. This is for 2.0, 3.0, and the last is one for 4.0. So this data is showing this data from Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. This is showing you the current status of the people who are being enrolled, who are being trained, and who are being assessed and certified under this scheme. So go through it very carefully. You may take a screenshot of this. Now, there are some innovative initiatives under the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna which are being taking place, like special projects, the targeted skilling or for the marginalized group of section. Then traditional, it is basically promoting the traditional artisans and crafts and upskilling under the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna 3.0. 2,243 women were trained in Jammu and Kashmir, Nanda craft, and under the RPL upskilling project for artisans and the weavers in Nagaland and Jammu and Kashmir, 9,605 candidates in both the projects were led by handicraft and carpet sector skill council. So it is basically upgrading the skills and the tradition of the nation. So how it is providing them skill support by through the different government initiative, not only with Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna, but rather than this, they are using other two schemes also, which they have merged in an umbrella program. Now, they are providing academic mobility, digital, and they are getting the results as the number of people, the ratio of people is increasing day by day in upgrading their skills and becoming financially independent. That was all about Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojna. Go through the video lecture very carefully and then comment your answers in the comment section of the question which I gave you. That was all for today. Subscribe our YouTube channel, join us on Telegram and follow us on Instagram. Thank you. That's all for today.